And in their road navy blue uniforms, the #1 Wildcats control the opening tip. There's freshman number 5 in blue, Braden Burries with the ball. Now another freshman, Ivan Karchenkov, 8 in blue. Here's Mo Krivas with 8 on the shot clock. Out to Jaden Bradley for 3, off the mark. And it's saved by Karchenkov. Stolen away by Themis Folks. There's Folks, back-to-back games with a dozen dimes, but he opens the scoring this afternoon against the Wildcats.
And he's not super aggressive when it comes to scoring. He's more of a facilitator, but in a game like this, he has to step up.
Again, a one-and-done possession for the high-scoring Wildcats. This could be program history for the UCF Knights. The 5th time they've ever faced a #1 team. They have yet to get a win against that top-ranked team. Johnny Dawkins, 10 wins against top 25 programs in his stay in Orlando. This is his 10th year as the head coach of the UCF Knights. They haven't made an NCAA tournament since 2019, but right now, they look like an NCAA tournament team.
What a difference a year makes. I mean, this is a completely different team than last year, and especially with the way that they're playing, the style of play, this team is legit.
Here's Bradley, 3rd year with the Wildcats, and he goes off the window to open their score.
And that's where they thrive, Rich. When you look at Bradley, when you look at Burries, their ability to be able to go coast to coast, 2 of the best guards in the country.
47 points in the paint per game for this Wildcats team. That's 2nd in the nation. And Tommy Lloyd, all he's done in his 5 years in Tucson, 2nd best winning percentage of any active coach in his first 5 years. He's chasing down Brad Stevens for most wins for a head coach in his first 5 years. He's 10 wins shy of matching Stevens for that mark.
No doubt, all he knows how to do is win. That's Tommy Lloyd. He is an ultimate winner. He just figures it out.
And Tommy Lloyd knows the head of the snake is at the free throw line right now for UCF. That's Themis Folks. He has all 3 UCF points. Make it 4, and it's a 4-2. Knights lead. Some full court pressure dialed up by Dawkins early on. Handled by the Cats. Here's the freshman Burries, gets it to go in traffic.
He's so dynamic. And he gets downhill, and both him and Bradley, high-level finishers that can finish through contact and finish over length.
Burks loves the corner 3, got denied that time. Good hands by Bradley. Chased down by Folks. This is going to be a terrific matchup
I love
to watch.
this point guard matchup.
8 on the timer for UCF. Shovel pass.
Oh.
John Ball finishes with a flush.
And that's how you have to attack the rim in a game like this. Stillwell doing a great job driving the closeout, but instead of trying to finish over Krivas, just dump it off to your big fella, set him up for success. Great dime right there.
Ball, the first ever McDonald's All-American to wear a UCF jersey. Here's Burries, this time outside. A 3-pointer from Braden Burries.
And Arizona's not the typical team that shoot a lot of threes, but when they do, they are very efficient, shooting at a 37% clip. And we're seeing some high-level offense right here. Just a good pass. Look at the way Stillwell just drives this. And then Bowl with the flush, and on the opposite side, Jaden Bradley just doing what Jaden Bradley does, getting into the lane, drawing multiple defenders, and Burry being the recipient right there, knocking it down from Trey.
You might hear this a lot today. Burries buries the 3. He's averaging 14 a game in Big 12 play. Here's the big man, Mo Krivas. Forces it inside, and he's denied.
And I love what UCF did on that defensive possession. They will ice every ball screen, keep everything to the side to eliminate the duck-ins when they come off normally.
Here's Kugel. 18 a game for Riley Kugel in Big 12 play.
And those are the shots that he's going to have to make. Because when he comes off the ball screen, Krivas is known to drop. He plays in a drop coverage. The shot will be there if you can knock it down.
Tobe Awaka on the floor now for Tommy Lloyd, number 30 in blue. Started last year, coming off the bench this year. And he lost the handle. Kugel left alone. Maybe he was left too alone that time. An early 9-7 lead, but the freshman Karchenkov ties it up.
I love this young man right here. His ability, he plays so hard. He's always guarding the primary ball handler. He's so versatile on both sides. He brings a lot to this table. And you want to talk about somebody that brings a lot to the table. Riley Kugel, 3-level scorer, bucket getter. If you don't step up, and he understood that you have to have size in the backcourt. You have to have size all the way around. Last year, his team was a little small in certain areas. So he went in the portal and went to go fix it. And credit to him for being able to make those adjustments. Oh.
Inside out of the timeout, and that's Tobe Awaka coming off a career-high 25 last time out.
Wow, we saw Bowl on one end. Now we're seeing Awaka with the flush. The athleticism in the front court is on display today.
Folks to Fumena, short for the reserve big man. Arizona #1 in the nation, nearly unanimous, only 1 vote shy of that mark. Awaka lost the handle on the way up, but he was fouled by Devin Cambridge.
And let's go back to the Awaka dunk. Because right here, this is just high level. If you don't step over Devin Cambridge, you can end up on the wrong side of a poster. But here's the thing if you're UCF. On this last play, Devin Cambridge picks up a foul down low. Cambridge is only about 6'6" or 6'7", and Awaka clearly has the size advantage and the weight advantage. You cannot allow him to play one-on-one down low with Awaka because it's either going to be a foul or it's going to be a bucket every single time. So as soon as Awaka takes that first dribble, if I'm UCF, you have to send a double. You cannot put Cambridge on an island down low with Awaka or bad things will happen.
And he goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Tobe Awaka, #1 in KenPom offensive rebound percentage. He could put it up and he could go get it as well.
And he reminds me of a guy I played with, Enrico Gavis. Different games, but very similar in the way that they pursue the basketball in the air after the shot is taken.
And a traveling violation called, second turnover for the Knights, and Arizona all of a sudden on a 6-zip run.
And those are the plays in which you just cannot have. To pull off upsets, you have to value every single possession. And the careless turnovers like that do not result in positive things.
So now the Cats have built their lead up to 4 on the road. This is their second longest trip mileage-wise that they'll take all season. They went to UConn and of course came out with a win in that game. Jaden Bradley, no offensive rebound. Krivas, that's no good. Loose ball saved by Bradley. This team does so many things so well. Del Orso shovels it to Krivas. Lost the handle, no whistle. It'll stay Arizona basketball.
That's what happens when you allow second and third opportunities. You don't block out. You give this team multiple chances to be able to score the basketball, and it forces your defense to now be in rotation. And you have guys like Del Orso that can drive closeouts and dump it off to the bigs. And they really do a good job of just putting you in a bind. That's why it's imperative that you block out every single time the shot goes up.
It also helps if you're a Wildcats fan knowing your big man, Mo Krivas, is an 81% free throw shooter. And you might have noticed on your screen as Mo stepped to the free throw line, they're one of 2 teams in all the nation, Michigan being the other one, who ranks in KenPom's top 10 in both offensive and defensive efficiency. As a matter of fact, Arizona's in the top 6 in both of those categories.
And they're also third in offensive rebounding percentage. So you know that going into it, and that was a part of the scouting report for UCF. We have to pay attention to the boys. They have to block out if they want to win this game. And on that last possession, they did not do that.
UCF could use a bucket here. Down 6, they haven't scored in nearly 3 minutes of game time. Jeremy Fumena puts an end to that with a 2-hand slam.
Once again, that's a great job by Kugel, getting downhill and facilitating.
JB can't get it to go. There's some of that offensive rebounding prowess, but Awaka lost it. No Fulks on the floor now for the Knights. Kugel misses, and Delorso comes away with it. Anthony Delorso, another Wildcat veteran. This is a team that plays 4 freshmen and 4 who were on this team last year. Rivas, yes, touches a lot of the rim, but gets it to go.
He's only shooting 25 from 3 on the season. But if you give him that much space, he is more than capable.
Just his second 3 all year for Mo Rivas. Fumena, maybe trying to get a foul called, but none came. Now it's another freshman. That's Dwayne Aristode, and he throws it away. This is an Arizona team very good at possessing the ball. They don't turn it over a whole lot, just 12 turnovers a game, but they have 3 now. Fumena out, and John Bowl back in for Johnny Dawkins.
Right now, you take Rivas off the floor. If I'm UCF, I'm looking to attack Awaka. I'm looking to call him up on every single ball screen just to be able to see if you can get your guards on a hard hedge to be able to deliver the ball opposite and see if you have backside advantages, like right there.
Spot up 3, Kugel off the mark.
It's not a bad look. You reverse the ball, you got a wide open 3 by Kugel. He just has to knock it down.
Burries, so calm and cool for a teenager.
And the pace that he plays with when he comes off the ball screen, I love it. I love the intangibles that this young man has.
Raven Burries out of San Bernardino, California. 6'4" freshman, McDonald's All-American. Leading the game with 7 points so far. And a big reason why Arizona on the road up 9 on UCF. Delorso grabs the loose ball. Here come the Cats. Burries in the corner. Off the mark, and the rebound, the Bowl, and he gets fouled by Koa Peak. We'll step aside the under 12 timeout. Johnny Dawkins, turning veteran Wildcat player, so Tommy Lloyd didn't have to work on addressing a culture issue like so many head coaches did in the offseason. He had 4 dudes who knew about the culture, and most coaches you talk to, King, you know this from your playing days, say the best teams are player-led teams, and Tommy Lloyd has them.
And both of those things are rare. It's rare to have freshmen be able to impact the game like the ones Arizona has, and it's rare to return 4 key guys in today's day and age with the NIL and the transfer portal.
And that is in stark contrast to what Johnny Dawkins had to do. He had no players returning who were in the rotation a year ago. And we welcome those of you who are watching the SEC matchup earlier here on ESPN. We're in Orlando, Florida, where the #1 undefeated Arizona Wildcats are doubling up UCF right now, 22-11, alongside King McClure. I'm Rich Hollenberg. Arizona comes in 6 straight weeks in the top spot, and Mo Rivas now has back-to-back buckets.
The front court of Arizona are absolutely having their way with UCF. I mean, on the offensive glass, scoring down low. UCF needs some answers right now, and they need them fast.
9 points for Rivas to lead all scorers, and now he's got a rebound to go along with that as well. Now some big-to-big passing. Krivas lobbed it into Tobey Awaka, and Awaka draws the foul.
And this Arizona team, and this is a top 5 team, 5th best in defensive efficiency. So when you look at what they're doing to UCF on the offensive side, I mean, they're baiting UCF to take in tough twos. Everything is contested, whether that be in the mid-range or at the rim. They're doing a really good job of getting UCF out of their rhythm.
3 subs on the floor now for Tommy Lloyd. Krivas working on Bowl. Muscles his way up, draws the foul, and Mo Krivas will go back to the line.
And that's the problem that Krivas poses. When the ball goes up, when you look at him, when you look at Awaka, the pursuit of the basketball in the air is as good as anybody in the country. And Krivas at 7'2", he's so strong, he's such a big human, and he's so physical that he can move you out the way, get the ball, go straight through your chest, and force you to foul him.
And he's also an excellent free throw shooter. Now in double digits with 10. He's 3 for 3 from the line, shooting 81% on the season. It has been an embarrassment of riches, if you will, for Tommy Lloyd and the Arizona Wildcats. There really isn't anything they don't do well.
And this is arguably the best front court in college basketball.
2 for 2 for Krivas. 3 double-doubles on the year for the big man. He had 25 and 12, a career night in their win against Kansas State a couple of weeks ago. A 19-2 run right now for the Cats, their largest lead of the afternoon.
And every shot of UCF has been extremely quick. They're not really making Arizona work. They're getting the ball on one side, it gets stuck, it gets swung, and it's a quick shot. I think they need to go a little deeper into the shot clock and get a better shot every possession.
And right now, no Jaden Bradley on the floor, no Koa Pete on the floor. We're coming to you from a packed Addition Financial Arena. This could be the biggest game in UCF program history. They've never beaten the #1 team.
Well, they're going to have to block out if they want to do it. And right now, that seems to be an area in which they're struggling with. They are not putting bodies on people when the shot goes up.
Rhythm 3 from Jamichael Stillwell goes out of bounds. It's going to stay UCF basketball.
And right now, I think this is a time where Folks just has to be that leader. You have to have the ball in Folks' hands. He has to get into the paint, make plays for others, and see if you can create easier looks that way.
Back-to-back games with 12 assists for Themis Folks, who comes in 6th in the nation in assists per game. Stillwell. And he threw it away off the hands of his fellow big man, Fumena. Interesting to note, we watched practice yesterday for Arizona, and they were focusing on that area right around the free throw line, saying we have to take away that shot for Jamichael Stillwell. They did that and forced the turnover.
That's his bread and butter. I mean, he's not really a three-point shooter, but when you step into that mid-range area, he can knock that down at an extremely high rate. Arizona was ready for it, and you're right.
Here's Awaka working on Stillwell. Good hands by Jordan Burks with the steal. And Burks had it pinned against the backboard. They're going to count it. First 2 of the game for Jordan Burks, the transfer from Georgetown.
And let's see if plays like this steal, which is clearly a goaltending, but let's see if plays like this, a steal to get a wide open layup, can give them a little bit of energy on the defensive side, because this is what they need. They need that energy. They need that presence. And Burks just getting a clean strip right there. But they need more of that. It starts with the defensive side. You have to block out. You have to get stops, turn it into good offense, because your half-court offense has not been good up to this point.
This is a UCF team coming in 14-2 on the season. Their only losses at Oklahoma State and earlier in the non-conference schedule against a ranked Vanderbilt team. Awaka gets the foul and will go back to the free throw line.
Now, although they sent a double right there, you can't allow Awaka to split the double, because of splitting the double, you might as well not even send one. So right there, when you send the double, you have to be tight within your trap to force him to kick opposite but he's too good and too strong to allow him to split.
Walker misses the first. We have 2 more excellent men's college basketball games coming up on ESPN. Following our game, it's Texas hosting Texas A&M, and we cap off the night 11th-ranked BYU taking on 15th-ranked Texas Tech at 8. Both games also available on the ESPN app.
Rich, who's hotter than Texas right now? Knocking off Alabama, knocking off Vanderbilt, the undefeated Vanderbilt Commodores.
But they're facing buckyball from Texas A&M. The Aggies average 93 points a game.
They love to speed you up. They love to play fast. It's a very entertaining style if you haven't seen it.
So Waka goes 1 for 2 and then goes to the bench. And a runner from Jordan Burks. He has back-to-back buckets.
And Burks is a guy that averages 12 on the season, but in the last 3 games, he's only averaging 6. He really hasn't been scoring the ball well. But that's a really good sign for this UCF team if he can continue to do that.
Bradley, Karchenkov, Burries with the ball, Krivas, and Del Orso on the floor for the #1 Wildcats right now. Still no Koa Pete. He started the game but hasn't played a lot, saddled with those 2 early fouls. Fultz. Burks got some airspace and drops the 3.
And Rich, you see how that one steal that he got led to him getting a mid-range bucket and then a 3 right there. Steals and easy plays like that can turn everything around for you as a player.
That's the second 3 of the game for the Knights. Nice drop off to Krivas for 2.
They're so good in the pick and roll. If there's no backside tag, they do a tremendous job of hitting that pocket every single one of their guards.
Wildcats 12th in the nation in assists per game. Themis Fultz knows a thing or 2 about assists, but he's got 6 in the scoring column now.
And that's just beautiful patience right there. Snaking the screen. Beautiful, beautiful shot right there by Fultz.
And a rare Arizona turnover, number 5 on the afternoon. UCF, 4 for their last 4, but the Arizona offense is a pretty thing to watch.
The touch around the rim, the pocket pass. Krivas just doing what Krivas does best. And especially when he's in foul trouble, it's hard to be able to get all 3 acclimated to the game at the same time. And oh, wow.
Chris Johnson off the bench with his first 2.
That's what Chris Johnson can do. He's a high-level athlete that's not afraid to go through the chest of the big.
Koa Pete leads this Wildcats team in scoring over 15 a game, but he got 2 early fouls in this one, and Tommy Lloyd has had him on the bench for most of this first half. And fortunately for Wildcat fans, they haven't needed it. Braden Burries with 9 now. The floater and the runner for Themis Fultz, who leads the Knights with 8.
That's so tough right there. The up screen and the outer third. Krivas with the drop coverage. Nice little teardrop.
Fultz with 8 points, 3 dimes already in the first half. Bradley lost the handle out of bounds, 11 on the shot clock.
Let's go back to this Berry's layup, because pay attention to Awaka. Watch how Awaka seals his man right there, which allows Berry's the easy flush and the easy layup right there, the teardrop. But they do as good of a job as anybody in America. The bigs of Arizona, as we see Krivas right there. They seal their men when Berry's and Bradley are trying to get to the rim. They call it a Gortat screen.
And one opportunity for Themis Fultz, who maybe today will make his statement to America as one of the most underrated point guards in the country.
Well, here's where he excels, in that floater area. On his floaters, on the season, he shoots 57% on floaters. So it's almost a guaranteed bucket when he's able to get to it.
Folks, 6th in the nation in assists per game. Braden Smith, the Player of the Year candidate from Purdue, leads that category. But this young man has been a winner everywhere he's been. Started his college career at Dodge City Community College, took them to the Elite Eight. He was a JUCO All-American. Then he went to Louisiana, and they went to the NCAA tournament in 2023. He was All-Horizon League last year for Milwaukee. Braden buries another bucket. He has 11.
That's too easy. Ball has to step up on that pick and roll coverage. That's way too easy.
11 for Folks. He passes to number 11 and had it blocked. That's Carmelo Pacheco, three-point sniper for the Knights. And Chris Johnson draws the foul and will go to the line and shoot a pair.
And I love what Chris Johnson brings to this Knight team. I mean, he's a very underrated piece, but when he comes into the game, his ability to be able to play that off-guard spot or to be able to be the primary ball handler. He can score the ball, he can knock it down from three. Defensively, he's extremely hard to guard. I mean, this young man provides so much for this team. He's a very underrated piece.
Free throws good for Chris Johnson. We've got a great women's college basketball doubleheader coming up on ESPN2 tomorrow afternoon. First, 9th-ranked Louisville takes on NC State at 1 Eastern. Then 6th-ranked LSU battles number 13 Oklahoma at 3. Both games available on the ESPN app. 2 for 2 for Chris Johnson, the junior out of Stephen F. Austin a year ago. Out of bounds, UCF ball. They've chipped away and have cut this Arizona lead to just 6.
That's a very uncharacteristic turnover right there by Jaden Bradley. Just not on the same page with his big. Something we really don't see much.
King, UCF 7 of their last 8 from the field. How have they done it?
Well, they've taken better quality of shots. I think early on they were in a rush. They were just taking the first look that they got. But now they're starting to settle in. Folks is doing a better job of controlling the tempo and controlling the pace on the offensive side. So now the quality of shots are way better than what they saw early on.
11 points in 13 minutes for Themis Folks, number 1 in white. A little bit of a hostage dribble for Folks, and he gets it to go. Give him a baker's dozen now. Themis Folks has the Knights within 4. And the crowd is on their feet. Karchenkov all the way to the hole and off the glass. Folks, the only Knight so far in double digits. He has 13. That's going to be a UCF turnover out of bounds, but Themis Folks.
And although Folks is playing extremely well, he needs his backcourt mate in Kugel to be able to step up and help him out.
Riley Kugel held to just 3 points so far, number 2 in white for the Knights.
And I like this right here. Go zone. Throw something different at Arizona to disrupt their offensive flow.
5 on the timer. The freshman Karchenkov lost the handle. And it's going to be, well, they didn't call a shot clock violation. I thought the timer ran out. Either way, it's UCF basketball.
Right now with the walk-on Folks to see if they attack this matchup right here.
Kugel pulls up from 2. Got it!
He has to really get going, and he has the ability. He's one of the best scorers in the Big 12. He has the ability to catch fire and catch fire quickly.
Averaging 18 a game in Big 12 play is Riley Kugel. The UCF defense rising up again and forcing a turnover.
Let's take a look at this right here. Good awareness. They bring the double. Folks gets the ball out of his hands. Kugel stop on a dime, 1 dribble pull up. Automatic buckets. And we've seen, Rich, back-to-back zone possessions by this UCF team. Maybe they're slowly starting to figure something out.
Chance for the Knights to make it a one-possession ball game, down by 4 against number 1 Arizona. And Themis Folks drawing the foul. And that's going to go on Jaden Bradley, his second already. Tommy Lloyd had to sit Koa Pete, the fabulous freshman, with 2 fouls earlier in the first half.
Now here's something to pay attention to. With no Jaden Bradley and Koa Pete on the bench, that means Braden Burries is now having to slide over to that one position, him and DeLorso. How will the offense look, especially the past 2 possessions when they haven't been able to get into it cleanly? How will the offense look now with their leader and their point guard on the bench?
Under 2 minutes to go. Folks on fire. Give him 15 in the first half. And Awaka silences the crowd with an and one bucket.
Now let's take a look at this, folks, before we'll hit this Awaka and one. If you don't slide over, you'll be in trouble. And talk about sliding, you better slide your feet, big fella, because Themis Folks is coming downhill.
Tell you what, King, both of these teams have outstanding defenses, but both offenses are operating at a really high level right now.
This is what Arizona does. I mean, right there, that pass to Krivas, if you allow them to get that post position and you don't slide over in the zone, I mean, they're going to dive that opposite man every single time.
Awaka now has 8 points and 4 rebounds. Back to a 5-point Zona lead. Folks harassed by Burries. Short from Burks. Corralled by Folks. Here's Burks from the wing. Off the mark, and it's cleared by Aristo. Counting down 1 minute to go in the first half. Number 1 Arizona on the road, undefeated, 17-0. Delorso off the back iron, another offensive rebound by one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the nation. And Brett Smith says the foul is on the floor before the shot. That's going to go on Carmelo Pacheco, his first.
We see it. If you get caught ball watching, Arizona's not the team that allows you to be able to get away with that. You have to turn, you have to seek out the contact and locate where the bigs are, because they are flying. It's not the team that's just gonna sit there and watch the shot go up. They got bailed out right there. However, in this second half, you're going to have to pay more attention to the offensive glass.
A use it or lose it timeout called by.
And a Porsche's an expensive gift to just give away. Goodness gracious, Dickie V.
We know he's watching. We love you, Dick. There's a 3 from Themis Folks. What hasn't he done this half? Two-point game, and now Tommy Lloyd wants to talk it over. Themis Folks has taken over this game.
Let's take another look at this shot. He's not known as a scorer, but he's in that flow state right now. Anything he throws up, it's going in. Themis Folks having himself a first half, Rich.
Themis Folks came to UCF from Milwaukee, where he was all Horizon League. He has been at 5 schools in 5 years, but he's been a winner everywhere he's gone. He's one of 5 active players with 1,000 career points and 500 career assists.
And you know, people get so worried about him and his facilitating because he's one of the best playmakers in the Big 12 that typically they say, hey, we'll allow you to score. You have to score. You're not gonna beat us with your playmaking to make everybody around you better, but you're gonna have to beat us with your scoring, and Folks showing that he is more than capable of doing that.
He's on the bench right now. What you would imagine would be a short breather, but 24 seconds on the clock.
You see this zone right here. I would expect a post touch by either Krivas or Awaka at some point.
10 to go in the first half. 2-point game. Del Orso can't get it to go. Awaka the rebound. And he lost it, but a foul is called. The crowd does not agree, but Tobe Awaka will go to the line and shoot 1 and 1.
Let's see if we can take a look at this right here.
A lot of traffic in there.
There was a lot of traffic, so it was hard to see. But you know what would alleviate the fans' reactions, Rich? If you just block out and keep Awaka off of the offensive glass. You don't have to worry about plays like that. Now, it's easier said than done. However, if you block out, you don't put yourself in situations like that.
Off the hands of Aristote, out of bounds. So 1 second left in the half, as you would imagine. Themis Folks back on the floor. And Johnny Dawkins' UCF Knights will try to squeeze off one shot before they go to the locker rooms.
We are reviewing a clock malfunction.
So you heard the officials. They're going to
Game
review the
clock
clock.
will be set to 1.8.
And Greg Nixon says they're going to add 0.8 to the clock, so even better chance to get off a decent shot for the Knights. They find themselves down 3 to the #1 team in America. Folks to Kugel. It's good if it goes. He didn't draw the foul, and we go to halftime with #1 Arizona up by just 3. Some dynamite individual performances. It's UCF ball to start the second half. Kugel was quiet in the first half, forced that one up on the first possession of the second.
And although it didn't result in a bucket, I like that out of the half, Johnny Dawkins is going straight to Kugel to look for it to get him going in the second half.
1 and done for the Wildcats as well. Here's Folks, 18 in the first half. He was electric. Stillwell, still scoreless. Here's Coapete with the ball, scoreless in the first half. Didn't play much because of those 2 fouls. 10 on the timer for the Cats. And a foul called on John Bull. Well, it's good news and bad news if you're a Wildcats fan, right? Coapete scoreless, you don't see that very often. He averages 15 a game, but Arizona's still on top.
And he picked up those 2 early fouls, and then when he was on the bench, Krivas and Awaka were playing so well, it was hard to insert him back into the game because you didn't want to disrupt the flow.
Here's Pete. Misses his first shot attempt to the second half. Matter of fact, that was his first shot of the entire game. So UCF has done a good job of bottling up one of the fabulous freshmen in America so far. And the lid is on the rim on both ends of the floor to start this half. Another foul called, and Jaden Bradley will go to the line.
And that's where he excels. If you're UCF, when you see the ball in Jaden Bradley's hands or you see the ball in Brayden Burry's hands, you have to build a wall because these guys are so good at going from coast to coast. And when they get downhill, they draw fouls because they're not afraid of contact. They seek it out better than almost any backcourt in college basketball.
What can you say about Jaden Bradley? 50 from the field, 50 from three-point range, and an 80% free throw shooter. He knocks down his first one. His plus-minus is the 4th best plus-minus in all of college basketball.
He's a winner. Yeah, that's what he understands what it takes to win, whether that be scoring the basketball, whether that be facilitating, or just locking up on the defensive side. He is what you want in a point guard.
And he doesn't fear the Franz. A lot of opposing teams don't like shooting free throws in this building because of the student section, but he knocks them both down. Folks continues his hot hand.
He's so good when he comes off a pick and roll and just get into that floater. We talked about it in the first half. He shoots 57% on floaters. If you allow him to get to it, it's pretty much an automatic bucket.
Karchenkov takes it himself. Tommy Lloyd calls his freshman Ivan Karchenkov a panther on the floor.
And there's so much to like about him. I really do think that he has the ability, maybe not this year, but he has the ability in the next 2 years to be able to play in the NBA when you look at his size, his athleticism, and all his intangibles.
Google might have forced that one up, but it's corralled by Jermichael Stillwell. He still can't find the bottom of the bucket. Stillwell scoreless in this game. Bradley, yes sir, off the window.
Once again, if you don't build a wall, you allow Bradley to get ahead of steam. And he's such a good finisher.
And an early timeout called from Johnny Dawkins. He is nonplussed. It was a 3-point game at halftime, and Arizona now has extended the lead to 7.
Jaden Bradley showing us why he's one of the most dynamic point guards in the country. End-to-end speed. You better stop him, because if you don't, you'll get a bucket.
And I'm gonna go against the grain. Since you picked Miami, I'm gonna go with number 1, Indiana. Indiana reminds me of UConn in basketball a couple of years ago. They've just bludgeoned their opponents.
Safe pick, safe pick.
So many great storylines in that one. Obviously, the Hurricanes playing in their home stadium.
Yeah.
But Mendoza going back home to play in front of his home crowd. I think that one wins out. The Hoosiers are a football school now. Number 1, Arizona, trying to remain undefeated. It's their best start in 12 years in program history. 12 years ago, they started the season 21-0. A win here would bring them up to 18-0 on the season. Folks got it blocked. UCF got it back. 10 on the timer, didn't touch the rim. And a turnover. But the Knights get it back again. Here's Folks left alone. Yes, sir!
That's great awareness right there by Kugel to look up, see Folks wide open, and Folks just continues where he left off in the first half.
A little push shot from the freshman Karchenkov gets it to go. His second bucket of the second half.
You love the patience when you get right here, similar to what we've seen from Folks all night. Get to that mid-paint area, rise up and just knock it down. Good float.
Here's Kugel, he's been quiet, only 5 points in the first half. Ball is on a string now for Themis Folks. 7 on a timer. Now 5 to shoot. Kugel, no. Stillwell gets the board. And Folks corrals it. Kugel to the hole!
What we're seeing right now is UCF be the more aggressive team on the offensive glass, giving Arizona a taste of their own medicine.
Wildcats 3 for their last 3. Koa Pete still skunked in this game. One of the best freshmen in a year that has been dominated by freshmen, but UCF has corralled his career high of 26. Kugel thought about it, and now he missed it. Offensive rebound, Fumena, and that's something that we've seen more of in this half. Devin Cambridge, short on that 3, and a one-arm rebound by Tobe Owaka. Burries goes right into the teeth of the UCF defense.
The body control right there by Braden Burries. Something you really don't see from freshmen, but he's not your typical freshman.
Folks loves operating along the baseline. Riley Kugel the beneficiary, but he'll have to earn it at the stripe.
Let's take a look back at this Burries bucket, because this is what makes him special. We talk about end-to-end speed with him and Bradley. Well, if you do not put 2 towards the ball, that's 3 defenders right there, but somehow finds a way to be able to get the shot up and maintain control to get 2 points.
Second foul on the Wildcats, and now all of a sudden It looks like both teams are going to get a free timeout. Officials going to the scorer's table.
Previous play is under review.
For what, Greg Nixon?
That was my next thought. For what? I know when you look over at UCF when the play happened, they were the ones saying that it should be under review, maybe contact somewhere in the head. I'm not sure, but it looked like they were motioning like head, hit in the head or something like that. I'm not really 100% sure what they are reviewing, but let's take a look. I mean, there's nothing to review there. That's just a common foul. That's a common foul play on. I don't see anything right there that I don't see a reason to review.
You call that life in the Big 12.
Welcome to the Big 12. You're going to get hit. Nothing to the head or anything like that. I don't see a reason why we're reviewing this.
That's James Ford on the left, Greg Nixon in the middle, and Brett Smith on the right.
Upon further review, there is no appeal on the play.
I'm not quite sure what that means. There is no appeal on the play. And now Tommy Lloyd is saying they should lose a timeout.
They should lose a timeout for that.
But if there was no appeal on the play, then
because
the officials going to the scorer's table without Johnny Dawkins asking.
Well, with the appeal, Rich, the referees can choose whether or not they take away a timeout. So Tommy Lloyd is saying that there should be a timeout taken, but I don't know if they actually appealed because the referees never said that, never specified. Nonetheless, they got it right. That's just a common foul. Move on. Let's play basketball.
End result, Riley Kugel at the line makes 1 of 2. So now it's a 5-point Arizona lead with the ball.
And I like this zone right here. We saw it work in the first half. Let's see if it continues to work in the second.
Every time Koa Pete touches the ball, he's surrounded by white jerseys. Chris Johnson gets the rebound. Here's Folks. Got into the paint and gets it to go with the left hand. Another and one opportunity for Themis Folks.
And let's take another look at this because we talk about body control with Brayden Burries. Well, Folks shows us he can do it as well. Get the two, get the contact, extend with the left, put it high above the glass, and Themis Folks just continues on with his terrific day.
Well, he's got 25. That's a new season high. So most points scored in a Knights uniform. He scored 20-plus points 7 times last year as a Milwaukee Panther.
And you know, if you watch this last game between Arizona and Arizona State, I think one thing that really caused problems for Arizona was small guards. We saw Mo Odom really get going and get on a heater, and it caused a lot of problems for this Arizona team. We're seeing another small guard right now in Folks do the same thing.
A career-high 26 for Themis Folks. Knights within 2. Pete, that's not his specialty, misses the 3. Awaka tried to grab the rebound, and Greg Nixon is calling a halt to any extracurriculars that might be brewing.
Yeah, Awaka is a big dude, man. I know Folks felt that one. Let's take a look at it. Look at how he just pursues the basketball, and I know he felt that.
Yeah, incidental contact.
Incidental, nothing intentional about this.
The crowd's probably saying, can we please kick Tobey Awaka out of the game, please?
I'm sure Johnny Dawkins is thinking, oh.
Awaka has 9 points and 7 rebounds, and now bodies are hitting the floor on every possession, and Koa Pete is a little flummoxed right now.
Man, that's a flop. We have to get rid of that. That's horrible. That is a flop right there.
And that's a freshman on a man playing in his 7th year of college basketball.
That's bad.
And Tobe Awaka will go to the line. That's going to go on Jeremy Fumena. Third foul on Fumena. And Awaka back to the line where he's done almost all of his damage this afternoon.
And that kind of hurts UCF because Fumena has done so much good for this team. He's the one big on their roster that I think can really match up with this front court of Arizona, at least from a size perspective.
Fear the Franz, Tobe Awaka. The crowd loves it as number 30 in blue misses his first of 2 free throws. For 2. And Devin Cambridge grabs the rebound. Cambridge playing in his 158th career college basketball game. A little bit of a heat check for Themis Folks. 7 minutes gone by in the second half. Arizona, #1 in the country, has led for almost the entirety of this game, but it's still a 2-point lead for the Wildcats over Johnny Dawkins Knights.
That's where Jaden Bradley is so good at, refusing ball screens. As soon as he feels like you jump that screen, he can go the other direction. Take a look at this. He refuses the ball screen and on the contact. He acts like he's going up. Good guards understand when to act like they're shooting, even though he didn't get to shoot foul. Understands when to go up as soon as you feel the bump.
Rivas. Nice little mid-range game from the 7-footer, Monteus Rivas. And he has 17 after his first bucket of the second half. So that quiets the crowd, everyone on their feet in Addition Financial Arena. Awaka, another rebound. He's working on a double-double now. 9 points, 8 rebounds for Tobe Awaka. Seven to shoot. Bradley draws the foul on Riley Kugel again.
And once again, what did he do, Rich? He refused the ball screen. So as soon as you jump, Bradley plays low enough. Look at this. Look where the screen is. He rejects it and refuses it, but because Bradley is the lower player, the lowest man wins, he picks up the foul on Kugel again. Bradley is a high-level guard with a lot of IQ. As soon as you look at the ball screen, he's going the opposite direction.
So that's what refusing it means.
Yes. Don't use it, but refuse it.
And Bradley, off the inbounds, rattles one home. He has 8.
But then when he does use it, he has the ability to be able to snake it, get to his spots. He's so tough in that pick and roll.
Folks tried the wraparound pass and threw it away. And Awaka has just been eating glass this afternoon. Eight to shoot for the Cats. Off the Krivas screen. Delorso comes up short. They haven't been looking for the bigs as much as they did in the first half. That one blocked away. And it's a foot race the other way. Bradley gets the and one with the foul on Cambridge. Jaden Bradley getting into takeover mode now.
Well, Rich, good defense leads to easy offense. Jaden Bradley, full speed and one.
A lot more to play for than just a 0 in that win-loss column.
For sure, the goal is not perfection, and in college basketball today, no team will go undefeated. I mean, football is a little different, what we're seeing with Indiana. But basketball, you're not going to go undefeated. That's unrealistic. So the goal is not perfection. The goal is to be playing your best when March comes.
And right now, Arizona's extended this lead to 8, and they've done it mostly without the services of Koa Pete. scoreless in the game. And the first 2 of the game for Arizona. Almost all the Arizona production coming from their bigs, Tobe Awaka and Mo Krivas.
Look at the way Aristotle is now guarding folks. They're almost face guarding.
Burks, no, another rebound for Awaka. So Krivas has 17 and 10. Awaka has 9 and 9. We might see 2 double-doubles this afternoon. Braden Burries, by the way, has chipped in with 13 of his own. And there is a veteran.
Just using the pick and roll, getting to your spot and just rising up. Jaden Bradley is a mid-range killer.
Stillwell, he's in the scoring column. Jermichael Stillwell with his first 3 points of the afternoon.
And that's not something he's known for, Rich. Only shooting 30 from 3 on the season. But if you leave him open in a game like this, he can knock it down.
Just his 7th three-pointer this year. Catch and release. Bradley off. Krivas and Bowl fighting for it. It's out of bounds.
And although they got the ball, I don't like where that double came from. You doubled off Jaden Bradley, which is one of the easiest passes to be able to pass out of. If you're going to send a double, send it from the opposite side to make the big have to look on the opposite direction to see where the open man was. But I do not like where that double came from because you give too good of a look to too good of a player.
Koa Pete back on the floor. Number 10 in blue. Scoreless this afternoon after back-to-back 20-point games in the Big 12. Stillwell no. And here come the Cats again. Looking to extend the lead to double digits. Catch and release, Aristo, short. Pete the offensive rebound. And a fresh 20 seconds for Arizona. Blocked from behind, here's Krivas. And the rebound is Stillwell. Pacheco off the mark. Another rebound for Koa Pete. And a foul call, that's going to be on Chris Johnson. Now subs coming on for Johnny Dawkins, the big man, Jeremy Fumena, 0 in white, and Jordan Burks, number 99 in white, checking in.
And Rich, you almost feel like this is an extremely huge defensive possession moving forward from UCF this last 26 seconds. Because going from single digits to double digits against a team like this can be a massive thing.
And here's Koa Pete at the line, gets his first point of the afternoon, and it's worth noting Arizona makes a living at the free throw line. Coming into this game, they had more free throws made than their opponents had attempted. And in Big 12 play, they had 78 free throws made. Big 12 opponents have only attempted 66.
This is a big offensive possession right here. See if you can go to the under 8, down single digits versus double.
And a traveling violation called on Riley Kugel. That's the 9th UCF turnover this afternoon.
Now, I don't know about that one. It seemed as if he got rid of the basketball before he traveled. I don't know about that one, Rich.
3 freshmen on the floor for Tommy Lloyd. Koa Pete with the ball, Braden Burries, and Ivan Korchenko. Here's Del Orso. Around and out. And Fumena clears for the Knights. Arizona's led by as many as 15. They're up by 11 now. Line drive 3, no good from Jordan Burks. And both offenses have quieted down a little bit.
I like this zone by UCF. Just give a different look. You're not really getting stops in man right now. Just trying to give a slightly different change of pace.
Here's Burries, shot fake. And a tough two from Braden Burries, who now has 15.
I don't think we give Braden Burries enough love. We constantly talk about the best freshman in the country, and we do not mention Braden Burries, and that's just an ill-advised shot right there by Cougar.
UCF slumping, 1 for their last 8 from the field. And if they're gonna pull off the biggest win in program history, they have 7 minutes to go, but they're down 13. He's averaging 14 a game in Big 12 play, and he has 15 today. 7 for 11 from the field for Braden Burries.
Folks needs to get the basketball. Every single possession down, folks must touch the ball.
Here it is, kicks it out to Burks. Side dribble, nails the 3.
Because you see, Rich, even when folks isn't scoring, he's their best playmaker. He gets in the paint and can facilitate and kick to his shooters. Folks has to touch the basketball every offensive possession for UCF.
Here's the lob, and Koa Pete, welcome to the chat.
And in that zone, when you get to that mid-paint area, for UCF, if you do not rotate down, that's wide open every single time.
Burks bodies up Pete and gets it to go, plus the foul.
And Rich, it was Burks in the first half who started to get going with that defensive play. And all of a sudden, UCF made a run. Right now, Burks hits the 3, he gets the and 1, brings some type of energy. Let's see if this can propel this UCF team to get on another run like we saw in the first half.
So he had a 3 from the corner moments ago. Now he's got 3 the hard way. A little 6-0 spurt by Jordan Burks. But UCF still down 9 to number 1 Arizona. Bradley, the game just slows down for him.
And that's just a great zone play, a double screen. You screen the 2 guards and allow your best guard to just get to the elbow and knock it down.
That's the second 3 from the same spot for Jermichael Stillwell.
Right here, they switch out of the zone and go back to man. I like it.
Pete with the ball. 5 on the shot clock. Turnover. Burks with the steal. Fultz with the ball in his hands. Kugel, bounce pass to Cambridge. And a traveling violation called on Devin Cambridge.
Those are the ones you needed for UCF right there with Cambridge. You're not in a good spot. You're only about 6'6". You're about to go in with the trees of Owaka and Koa Pete. Kick that one out. Reset your offense.
So now we're counting down to 5 minutes to go in regulation. Burries buried by the UCF defense, out of bounds, and it's going to be UCF basketball.
That might have been one of the first takes by Burries that just wasn't a really good shot. Contested. 3 people down there. Not the greatest drive right there, but that was the first one that we've seen tonight that this was a little bit ill-advised.
Five minutes to go in regulation.
Kugel has to get going. He has to get going. He has to start being aggressive. He hasn't played well, but they need him if they want to win this game.
There he is with the ball, 2 and White.
Whoa.
Somehow got it up. Loose ball, who wants it? Koa Pete's got it. And it's going to be Arizona basketball. It's been that kind of afternoon for Riley Kugel.
And a part of it is his body language. His body language has to be better, Rich. And you're the leading scorer for this UCF team, and in games like this, you don't have time to sulk. You don't have time to feel bad for yourself. You have to shake it off, have the next play mentality, because you have one goal in mind is to win, and your team needs you.
Talked about how Koa Pete has back-to-back 20-point games in Big 12 play. Riley Kugel has back-to-back 19-point efforts for the Knights.
And we know he's good enough to be able to produce. He just has to go out there and do it.
Karchenkov, how good is that from a freshman?
They just understand that when they drive, their bigs are going to seal, which allows them to get wide open looks.
Folks can't connect on that one, but he takes it away at midcourt. Bounce pass, Cambridge fouled, and will go to the line.
That's what you love right there by Cambridge. Look at this, good pass by Folks. There's an explosion at the rim. And Awaka not afraid to get dunked on. Love that from your bigs. Don't be afraid. Just go pursue the basketball in the air.
Good for Cambridge. Don't miss our AFC divisional round matchup tomorrow afternoon. CJ Stroud and the Texans taking on Drake May and the Patriots. That's tomorrow at 2:45 Eastern on ABC, ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and the app. Coverage begins with postseason NFL Countdown at noon on ESPN, and you can catch a data-driven playbook presentation of the game on ESPN Unlimited. Texans with that #1 defense in the NFL, whose defense is going to rise up and make some key stops in this game here.
That's where it starts for UCF. It starts on the defensive side. You have to just take pride in it and get stops. It's a 3-possession ball game. 3 stops, you can get right back into this.
Burries, catch, release, bottoms. 18 for the freshman Burries.
That's the complete opposite of what I said. Allowing Braden Burries to just get a wide open tray. He's way too good for you to just give him that.
Folks fights his way to the hoop. Another rebound for Pete. And Arizona looking to put this one on ice with 3.5 to go in regulation.
And you'd love that from your point guard right there. You could have attacked. You had the numbers. But Jaden Bradley understands the time is on their side. So he pulls it out, sets up their offense, tries to get a better look.
8 on the timer. Here's Burries again. 5 to shoot. Bradley leans into Stillwell. Shot clock running down. Loose ball, out of bounds. And it's going to be UCF basketball.
This right here is just a big shot. It's something that I think they do better than almost any team I've seen this season. When it comes to Jaden Bradley picking his spots when he wants to go coast to coast or slowing it down and working the ball inside.
Here's Kugel as we count down to 3 minutes to go. Aggressive still. Cambridge lost the handle. Not what you want out of a timeout. We haven't seen a lot of Mo Krivas in the latter stages of this second half, but Tobe Awaka has been just as good. Turnover. Here's Folks. They've got numbers. Folks puts it up. Offensive putback and one opportunity for Jordan Burks.
Those are the plays. Those are the opportunities that you have to capitalize on. 3-on-2 fast break. Good steal, get out. Folks misses this layup. But Jordan Burks getting the rebound, putting it right back up and one.
Burks averaging 12 a game, and he's got 16 today against the top-ranked Wildcats.
This is a big defensive possession right here for UCF. You were down 8. You're down 8. Big defensive possession. You try to cut this and get the stop. You can cut it to a 2-possession ball game.
Bradley found Awaka. Just threaded the needle through the UCF defense.
Look at this dime. Jaden Bradley. The miscommunication by the Knights. Nobody steps over. And Jaden Bradley just doing Jaden Bradley things. With the absolute laser.
Tobe Awaka, who missed his only other 2 free throw attempts at this end of the floor. He's now 0 for 3 in the second half from the free throw line. 9 points, 9 rebounds for the senior from Hyde Park, New York, by way of Tennessee and Knoxville. And he gets 1 to go to give him 10. 9-point lead, 2:15 left in regulation. If Arizona wins, they remain undefeated and move to 18-0. Folks, he has 28 now.
Back-to-back offensive rebounds by UCF. You have to get a stop.
Picked off by Burks. They need a bucket on this one for sure. Burks, deep 3. Around and out. The follow no good. Who wants it? Stillwell's got it. And he threw it away.
You have to capitalize on those. And Johnny Dawkins, you see immediately saying, calm down.
Only one player in America scored more points against the #1 Cats than Themis Folks. He's going to have to put on his cape when we come back. Alongside King Report, Rich Hollenberg from Orlando, Florida. Arizona wins, and they remain one of 3 undefeated teams in Division I basketball. If UCF could pull off the upset, it'll be their first program win in history against the #1 ranked team. They are 0-4 in the 59 years of basketball that they've played here in Orlando against a top-ranked team. Krivas back on the floor for Tommy Lloyd.
And if you notice, Rich, they took out Awaka, put in Krivas because he's a better free throw shooter.
Exactly. Foul called and some requisite chippiness. Kugel and Burries exchanging pleasantries.
And that's that senior leadership right there. We saw Jaden Bradley saw Burries and Kugel having words. What did Bradley do? He pulled him away and said, hey, let's focus on winning the game. And Rich, it's amazing to me in today's day and age, when you look at the transfer portal and NIL, and Tommy Lloyd chooses to close out games with 3 freshmen. That says a lot about the guys that he brought in. And that also says a lot about the leadership of a guy like Jaden Bradley. Because who do you know in the top 10 that is closing out games right now, in high-level games, post games, with 3 freshmen on the court?
Well, here's a look at Arizona's upcoming schedule. Cincinnati, West Virginia. They've got them at home, but then they go on the road on Monday, January 26th to 11th ranked BYU. All eyes on Provo.
That'll be a tough one. That'll be a very, very tough one, especially in that environment.
Noah Pete, A.J. DeBonsa.
Rob Wright versus Jaden Bradley. Richie Saunders versus Braden Burries.
I was going to say, you talk about trios. Saunders, Wright, DeBonsa. It's one of the best in America. Turnover and a foul. And UCF is almost out of time.
And Riley Kugel just hasn't had it going tonight. And I think a part of that, Rich, I know coaches always talk about it, but body language is so key. He was down on himself early and he never recovered, never got out of the slump. He never fixed his body language. And I know that's kind of cliche and corny, but I think that those things actually translate and those things actually matter.
You would know from your time with the Baylor Bears. And now it's closing time, and that means 0 in blue is in takeover mode. He's made 3 consecutive free throws and now makes it 4. And the lead is back to double digits for the #1 Wildcats. Doesn't get any easier for UCF. They're gonna have to go on the road against the current #2 team in basketball, the Iowa State Cyclones, and the Cyclones are a wounded animal right now. They've lost 14 for the UCF Knights. They are one of the best free throw rate teams in the nation. Tommy Lloyd calls it putting foul pressure on the opposition, and they've done that this afternoon in Orlando. Bradley lost it. Pete got it. And a foul call.
And they didn't want to foul Jaden Bradley right there. So as soon as Cole Pete touched the basketball, they immediately fouled. That's the guy that they wanted on the free throw line.
Noah Pete just 1 field goal this afternoon. He has 4 points on the day. But overall, Arizona shooting 53% from the field against a solid UCF defense. And look at this, near midcourt. Bradley's telling the refs, yeah, that's 5 on Fulks, and Fulks is saying, no, I only have 4. That is senior gamesmanship between 2 outstanding lead guards.
Well, they announced in the arena that he had 5.
They did.
And then Fulks says, no, he had 4.
And a well-deserved round of applause for Themis Fulks. Yeah. No, ref, I got 4. I got 4. No, Jaden Bradley said, no, you got 5. See you later. This is the one and only time these 2 teams will meet. They met once last year. Arizona won it 88-80 in Tucson. And Pete off the mark. So Fear the Franz has worked pretty well, but it's not going to make a difference in this one. Koa Pete, his worst game productivity-wise as a collegiate player. Johnson spins and hits for 3. Now it's down to a 2-possession ball game with 35.9 to go.
Let's take a look at this right here. This is a good shot. Knock it down. Chris Johnson shoots 42 from 3. In the last 2 games, he's actually shooting 60. You know, typically, I mean, when they empty the ball, so they empty the ball screen, empty the corner out on the ball screen, and they duck you in continuously, not too many front courts can bang with them down low.
And the ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to be UCF basketball.
Uh-oh, Rich.
We've seen stranger things happen, King McClure.
Uh-oh. Yeah, he kicked it out.
That's a great call by James Ford.
Delorso kicked it out. So they shouldn't lose the timeout.
Here's Johnson. The runner no good. 28 seconds to go in the game. And Jaden Bradley grabs it and will go to the free throw line. Double bonus time for the Wildcats. They'll be shooting 2 free throws on every subsequent foul. Well, as with most games in the Big 12, it comes down to shooting free throws, and Arizona, while they're not outstanding in this category, 74% is usually good enough to ice a game away. Especially when it's Jaden Bradley with the ball in his hands. 19 now for Bradley. His season high is 27. He turned that trick in their first game of the year, a win against the Florida Gators.
That's the one person that you don't want at the free throw line right now.
So 20 for Jaden Bradley, and the lead is 8 for the #1 Wildcats. Kugel somehow gets it to go. Back to a 2-possession game. Freshman Pete triggers the inbounds for Arizona. You got a foul right away. Jordan Burks hesitated, but they're going to whistle him for the foul nonetheless.
Let's take a look at this right here.
And Jordan Burks was yelling at Brett Smith, foul!
Yeah.
Precious time ticking off the clock for UCF.
It seemed as if Kugel might have got the steal cleanly, but Burks was trying to foul before the steal occurred.
And Jaden Bradley, ice in his veins. 9 for 10 from the free throw line this afternoon. And perfect, I should add, in his last 7 attempts. Now his last 8 attempts. 22 for Bradley. 20.7 to go in regulation. Kugel. Bradley comes away with it, and he's fouled again by Burks. So Arizona should be salting this one away from the free throw line. They're going to improve to 18-0 on the year. Their best start in a dozen years when they went 21-0 in the 13-14 season.
The Arizona fans traveled to Orlando, one of the best fan bases in the country.
2,000+ mile jaunt from the Southwest to the Sunshine State.
I mean, that's one of the worst feelings when you're on your home floor and the opposing team has that many fans here. Texas Tech used to do that to us all the time. We'd run out and they'd get a louder ovation on our home floor, Rich.
Johnson, no. Kugel with 4.9 to go gets another one. But it's academic at this point. Arizona's going to inbounds and dribble it out. A balanced scoring attack. Jaden Bradley leading the way with 23. Braden Burries had 18.